following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, and Newy Scruggs.
Here we are, Players Lounge. And we have a third
International McCray.
Third time return here for McCray.
Hey, he's a guest now. He's a guest speaker.
It's Players Lounge. Newy Scruggs, Barry Church, and special guest.
Special guest, Danny McCray.
I'm hit y'all with that Kawhi. What?
Oh boy, International McCray. He's
What?
finally back.
Hold on, wait. So my man Church is go on vacation every day of the year.
Dude.
This man be in Broken Bow. This man be in Colorado. He be in Ohio. He was actually in Cabo playing golf. I see him in Arizona.
But he was there, though.
And then soon as
we saw it.
No. Oh, yeah.
Okay, he never missed
Was
the show.
I on the show?
Thank you.
Was I on the show?
No. He was not on all those shows.
He went on out there.
That's okay.
Okay.
Professional.
I see.
Okay.
Y'all playing this, huh?
You know.
Y'all playing this?
Professional.
No. It's organic.
Hey,
It's what we call organic.
listen. It's glad. I'm glad to be back, man. I had a long camp season. You know, working all the weekends on the summer. You know,
Much deserved.
So me and the wife needed to go on a much needed vacation.
Looked like y'all had a good time.
And we had a blast. We got some time away from the little one. Now we back.
Now you back.
And, good to be back on Players Lounge. Thank you, Newy.
Real quick, though, the reality hit when you got back and the little one was like, what's up, mom and dad?
Listen. Reality hit when I hopped on the plane and I knew I was going back. Okay, but she has been getting better sleep wise.
That's good.
This morning I woke her up at 8.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hey, man, get up.
Hey.
Nah, man. Listen, I missed the little one, man. It's a special thing.
Three amigo Negroes back
We
together
back.
here.
We back in this team.
McCray's here for a minute. Now, look, I said I got you back on the show to say this. Because we're about to hit football season, if you got some time to get it in because
This is true.
Once this train starts rolling in football, it's all you do. So I'm glad you had a good time. Did you bring us anything back? No.
No souvenirs?
No.
We ain't get no sombreros?
This what happened. I won't bring y'all anything back until y'all debts are paid. How I'm gonna pay some people? How I'm gonna pay some people that owe me?
I've been waiting for this boot. What's it called? Bisu?
Oh, Bisu?
I've been waiting.
You ain't been waiting for nothing.
Nobody hit me up yet.
This man
Ain't nobody hit me up.
Okay.
It's called a trip prize.
Trip prize. Has Church ever brought you anything from his trips, Newy?
I don't expect church to. I don't expect church to.
Speaking of, where's my wine?
The man is honest.
Where's my wine that I asked you for?
How many times I told you to hit me? I done told him. Give me a text message. Hit me up.
I mean,
I've been waiting.
LSU guys, LSU guys are, they like, hey man, here's some gumbo. That's who they are, man. That's how Louisiana
That's
get up
what we
in them.
figured.
Even though Danny from Houston, he got the LSU up in them, and they giving people, man.
That's what I thought.
You from Toledo? You about self? You about me?
It's cold up there. All right, so everything is. I need it.
Here's all I needed to know about church. I don't know if you were there that day, but I asked.
You're probably not.
Yeah, we I was at Oxnard, and when Dak and Zeke were out here giving each other these birthday gifts, and I said, did you ever, come Christmas time, what did you give your guys in Jacksonville? Because you had the bag, did you take care of it? He was like, no, he ain't do nothing.
Got a $500 little thing to Best Buy.
You know what's crazy is when we were in Dallas and we had the big time guys who were making a lot of money in the DB room. Me and Church used to say that. Oh man, these dudes making all that money. They ain't gonna get us nothing. Everybody else getting these gifts. Now I found out you went to Jacksonville, made all that money, and you was the guy. Oh man.
Right. So we say, well, I know Church not gonna give me nothing. Church. When he had the bag, he wasn't giving it out. So now that he ain't got that Shad Khan money, he's not giving me anything.
Oh, he still got it.
Right, but it's not.
So,
he's not sharing it with me.
Hard knocks.
Okay, so let us get into the hard knocks.
Let's
right
do
here
it. Let's do it
on Players Lounge, folks. Maybe you're enjoying it. I'm finding myself lacking at the end of each show right now. That maybe I'm too close to it because cover the team. We know what's going on. I just see storylines that can I get this storyline here? I.e., the two linebackers, Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch. Okay, Vander Esch, the team told him, we're not picking up your option. How does he feel about that? I mean, he can sit around here and tell me, the media guy, but talk to the Hard Knocks cameras. Jalen Smith, here's a guy that is getting beat up on the regular, who has an inspiring story, who was once a fan favorite, that now people are like, man, we don't like this. Can we hear from Jalen?
Juicy storylines.
Here's a guy with a whole bunch of brands and things. What's Jalen going to do after life? I mean, this is an opportunity. I'm not seeing that.
Can we? What about my man Leo Collins? He missed the whole season. Can we figure out how that was for him? How he's looking forward to coming back this year? Is he feeling good? Can we get any of that?
Yeah.
What about the rest of the DBs? Our defense was horrible last year. As Newy said, we had a horrible defense. We got new safety, new leader in the locker room. Can we hear from him? We got Keanu Neal, new to the team. He was with Dan Quinn. Can we hear about the change? Like any of that? Can we get that?
Can we get a Dan Quinn story?
Get a Dan Quinn story.
I keep hearing they love him. DQ Quinn. This how Quinn do it. I'm like, oh yeah, I think he's a good guy. You know, I'm rooting for the guy. Defense has been playing a lot better. Can we see what he thinks he's bringing to the table? What the changes that he's made? Can we see any of that? We haven't seen any of it.
Or even just the career path. You're a head coach who went to a Super Bowl, who was, maybe 12 minutes away from winning the thing?
Yeah.
And now you're an assistant coach, trying to be a head coach. What is the path? What is, I'd like to know that about Dan Quinn. I don't know anything about the head coach, really. Yeah. Other than that little bit that they showed his parents in Canton, Ohio, and talked about him, growing up in Pittsburgh. But I talked to Rich Dalrymple, and Rich is like, hey, man, he grew up in a bar, in Pittsburgh, and, tough guy. So, I get to know more about McCarthy in my conversations with Rich than with all those cameras with Hard Knocks.
Yeah, that's true.
Can you open this thing up and you were saying before, how many times have we watched Hard Knocks and you get to know more about these guys? You get to know about their families. I mean, John Gruden, they opened up. You saw that with John Gruden. You saw a whole bunch with Rex Ryan when he was with the Jets and Bruce Arians. I just don't know. Now, maybe Mike McCarthy doesn't want that.
This is true.
Maybe he said, look, man, I don't know. You guys find stories other places. But I just feel like I'm watching Hard Knocks and I don't feel like I know the head coach very much.
That's true. I will say this about the Hard Knocks, and we talked about this last time we wanted to get on it. They showed a little bit more of the guys at the bottom of the roster, the guys that are fighting and scratching and clawing. We got a chance to see, I don't want to kill his last name, number 60.
Arlecon,
yeah, I don't want to kill his last name. Arlecon, we saw his battle and how his family, Mexican guys coming over here and providing a better life. I mean, there were some things that were awesome with it. That drone footage coming in at the beginning.
I was gonna say that was a little awkward.
That was you didn't like that?
Okay,
I loved it.
No,
I thought it was awesome.
I loved it, but it got really quiet for a long time, and I was like,
somebody gonna say, all you heard
where's
was
it gonna stop? Like where is it gonna stop?
No doubt.
Okay, so now
it was a good shot.
Yeah,
but he stopped talking like 30 seconds into the drone.
It was just like,
and it was just
be in awe, just be in awe.
See, all right, no, great, because this is the kind of the photographer view of it that I'm thinking. He's talking, then he's just going to lay out to allow you to use your vivid imagination and you kind of, all right, here's what am I seeing. Another issue is this place, Danny. You're
That's
here all
true.
the time. You where they went, I know this place. You knew it. I knew it. Mm-hmm. But if you're somebody in Iowa, never seen it. You could be somebody who's, right down here in downtown Dallas. You've never been up here. You've never seen all that. So to me, that's why I like the drone footage. It's like, this is pretty cool, especially so people don't know it. But you and I, we know it when they went into the practice field and you went into the weight room. I hadn't seen that much of the weight room. I've seen it I see it walking by, but, they don't let us over in there. You guys have been in the weight room, so I was interested to go in the weight room with the
Would I rather see the stuff that we just talked about that we wanted to see,
no doubt,
or the drone shot? Because at this point, I'm like even when the show went off last night, I was like, they got to have another clip, of something to show us, right? Mm-hmm. They got to have another something.
Yeah,
I'm like, so every time I see some time like that, where it's like, I'm like, I would rather see you talk to CeeDee Lamb or Amari Cooper or Jalen Smith or Leighton Vander. I would rather see that than this, right? So that's just mine, right? So every week I go into it is like I'm hoping to see more of what we talk about. The guys at the end of the roster, maybe go see the coach's home, maybe go see, XYZ. And then when I don't, I'm just like, bro, I could do without it.
I will say this though. How much sauce does Jerry Jones have? I mean, my
Circle
man circled the building. He coming in on a helicopter. Hey, pilot, circle this building real quick. Hey, you see this, Steven? Yeah, it looks even better now than it did when we first purchased
than it did 12 years ago.
I
Steven.
mean,
it looks really good. Looks good. I'm rich.
Talk about the American dream.
I wish they just went on ahead and showed the boat, though. I want to see the boat.
They gotta be
I would see that.
It's not a boat. It's a yacht.
Yes.
It's a yacht.
I'm sure it's a different
apartment on the water.
He probably got like 6 boats on the yacht. But I would see that, though.
Jerry Jr. got a boat. Okay, Steven and Charlotte, they got boats.
It's not like it's over in Lake Louisville, guys. Let's be honest with you.
It's okay. Listen, they could have got a drone shot,
Sure
before they got here, right? And
I'm
showed
sure
us
there's
the
some
yacht.
footage
right?
somewhere.
Yeah.
They could have taken. It's Hard Knocks, HBO. They could have went down to Florida, over there on Biscayne Bay and saw the yacht next to Mickey Harrison.
I'm sure they got some footage from the Super Bowl last. I mean, they could have
went on to France and got that thing. It was in Alaska last year, so yeah. I mean, they could have went ahead and broke it off, and so. Or maybe they just took the family trip was in Alaska, but they didn't take the yacht. But anyway, the yacht is around.
I'd love to see it.
I'd love to see it as well, man.
I mean, I won't lie. I sat there. I was like, it's good to be him, bro.
It's good.
It is good to be a boy. I like the shot. Remember he came down the elevator?
Oh, man.
And it was that stunting shot.
Yeah.
Like the camera wasn't. He just go ahead and button this middle suit button real quick.
Then he walks through the Cowboy club, walks to the line. Hey, how you
doing?
Hey,
look at him. I see you. I see you, baby.
All right, I like that.
You know how brothers do. Hey, man. Hey, I'm just trying to be like you, man. Hey, what's going on?
You got it. You got it,
man. It's your world. Man. Hey, I'm telling you.
You too, man. You too can be like this.
Man, I'm telling you, that
Work
man
hard,
got the
son.
juice.
Work hard, son. Maybe one day you
got
too
the
can.
Juice, man.
Yes. And you know what? But they showed. And here's the thing, they showed it in a way that you weren't mad. You were like, man,
salute,
right?
That's all. Salute.
Oh, listen, I ain't mad at it. I like watching Jerry. I think he's hilarious.
Without a doubt.
When he was upset with having to go back and pick up Steve, I thought that was funny. I thought the way that he said it was. It would just F up the whole day. just F the whole day up. This is how the day gonna start. The whole day gonna be up. I thought it was funny. He always come with some type of old school saying. And it's like, oh man, Jerry's funny. I love seeing Jerry.
Yeah, I like that. I like that part of the show. I thought it was good. One part that I am very tired of is this whole Ben DiNucci. I mean, come on.
Talking about Church's guy.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There are far too many shots and things. I remember he's like, that feels like one of their nights. Oh, okay.
What I couldn't believe,
man.
What I couldn't believe, and I texted y'all this the other day, man. Man, after my man throws that ball in the middle of the field, and behind the receiver at that. Receiver or the safety picks it off, takes it all the way to the house. My man had the audacity to get up. What? How was that intercepted?
You knew he was looking for somebody to blame it on.
Oh yeah, you already knew.
That's his reaction.
And as soon as he got to the sideline, the coach hit him with the that was behind. That was behind.
It was Simmy's fault, Hoko. It was Simmy's fault. It was Simmy. Nah, bro. No. That was bad. No, it was the first of 3, by the way.
And you had to feel bad for the kid because it was just like one pick. Oh, pick 6. Oh, another pick. And the second pick, I think, was the worst of them all. Because the last one, it was like, hey man, he's just trying to throw it up there. 3 people had a shot at it. None of them had the star on their names or a star on their helmet. And then that second one in the flat.
Was that the flat? Yeah.
He just threw it.
And the dude was way inside.
Inside.
It was no way it was getting there. But that's Church's guy, though. I remember, like I said, I'm going to go back to, I remember last year, he was saying, man, this is going to be the dude. DiNucci is going to be the guy to carry us to the playoffs.
His athletic ability, they hyped it up.
Nah, they had you calling him the Red Pistol, calling Andy Dalton the Red Pistol because you were so confident that DiNucci was going to be the guy. And things change very quickly, Church.
Very quickly.
They change very quickly.
Will he be here next week? To throw?
To do what?
To throw against Jacksonville?
He done on Monday.
To give a look for Jacksonville?
He done on Monday.
He's done?
He done on Monday.
So they're going to make him play this last.
Yeah, because they need him. And then he done on Monday. You know how it go.
No, I mean, look.
Practice squad? No.
Whoa. Why? Why?
For who? For what?
Maybe he needs more development.
What type of look is he going to give our defense? Speaking of our defense, goodness gracious. we talk about third down. Man, I'm just telling you.
Joe Witt had them boys flying.
Listen, I'm just telling. Listen, Dan Quinn had them boys flying.
Joe Witt was
calling the game. Those are Dan Quinn's plays, and Dan Quinn has turned this defense around. What were the third down stats?
Now let me step in here.
Yeah, I just said top 10. That's what I said.
Here, to me, this is the positive of what leadership is about. Dan Quinn has to leave the stadium because of COVID. All right, Joe, your defense, you call it, and they're still getting it done. That is leadership, and also when we talked about, and I said, man, if you're going to bring Dan Quinn here, let him bring his people.
That's true.
He knew what to do, knew what to cut. Boom. And there was no fall off. And so that right there is a positive leadership trait that when you leave, they can still run things and everything is all right. I go back to Bill Walsh. And Bill Walsh left the 49ers and retired. They won Super Bowl the next year under George Seifert. They were able to keep it rolling and keep it going because they had a system in place about what it is they wanted to do, and everyone had bought in and knew where to go. And to me, that's what an outstanding job about Joe. And look, okay, let's just say you're right, Danny McCray, that this defense is a top 10 defense. If this is a top 10 defense and the Cowboys find themselves in the playoffs, Dan Quinn is going to get a whole lot of accolades and credit. That's how it goes.
Yes, he will.
Which means he could most likely get a job because we will probably see 5 jobs open. It happens every year. Good 5 jobs are going to open up. So maybe Dan Quinn re-enters the NFL as a head coach. If he goes, you would love to have Joe be the guy to fill in if you're the Cowboys.
He's right there.
Unless
if Dan Quinn doesn't take him.
And I was saying, unless Dan takes him. But you know what? If it's one thing we know, if Jerry could convince Kellen don't go and write a check, Jerry will write a check.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we all know people here in the building where Jerry has told them, come back to me. Don't let money be the reason you left. I can tell you personally, several people were like, hey, Jerry, okay, fine. Is that what they're paying? If I pay you this, you gonna stay? Yeah. He'll write the check. So that's the beauty of Jerry that people don't talk about enough of. And hey, there's no salary cap for employees. So, if he wants to keep you here, he'll write that check. I mean, you just look at what he did with Sean Payton. Al Davis says, here's a head coaching job of the Oakland Raiders. And Jerry's like, okay, I'm gonna give you $1 million. At the time, he's making about half. And then Mo Carthon at the time was the assistant head coach, and here comes Sean Payton making over.
Making more than the assistant head coach.
A whole lot. But that's what Jerry wanted. He wanted to write that check to keep him here. Mike Zimmer, Nebraska, offers him a head coaching job. No, I don't want you to go nowhere. He wrote that check. Kellen Moore, Boise State, they're talking to you. He wrote a check. So if Dan Quinn becomes a head coach and he wants to take Joe Witt to be his DC, Jerry can write a check real quick and just say, hey, man,
we need you here. And
he'll stay. And if you're Joe, what do you know about the Cowboys? You're going to get publicity. You're going to be on NBC Sunday Night TV 3 times. That's the maximum. You're going to be on Monday Night Football. You're going to be on Thursday Night Football. You're going to be on a Thanksgiving Day game. So the opportunity for you to shop your wares is going to be out there.
You're going to have a minimum of at least 5 nationally televised games, no matter what the record was beforehand. I mean, like we remember when I went to Jacksonville, we went to the AFC Championship. The next year we had 0 national, 0. Cowboys didn't even make the playoffs. They came back, 6 national televised games. So you're always going to have that opportunity as an assistant coach, especially as a DC. If we were saying what happened, like Dan Quinn moves on, Joe Witt moves up to the, you're gonna have those opportunities to go to the next level. Now, do we think they're gonna be a top 10 defense?
I'm just sitting back. I'm loving this conversation because
I don't know.
Because
I'm not ready to say that.
Hey, I mean, listen.
Neville Galloway wasn't in game.
Come on, man. They went out,
Houston, Texas.
and they went out there and they did what they were supposed to do, which is murder them on defense. All right.
I don't know about that.
We got what was the third down? Listen, without those comments, they were 0 for 10 on third down. Then they had a turnover on downs. They stopped them on 4th, and we had 3 picks. I mean, what? 2 of them were in our own territory, bro.
That wasn't all the ones. That wasn't all the ones.
It don't matter. This is top to bottom though. The ones got scored on. They turned the ball over on the 25.
What you mean? You act like they was at the 10 or the 5.
This dude. Was that the only time?
Mark Ingram.
You know what?
Hey man, listen. I think they'll be in the middle of the pack.
If that's how you want to fight it, because I know you still have a little sting from the Kool-Aid that you were sipping last year.
Still staying
and the same thing with Newy. I didn't take that Kool-Aid. I didn't drink it. It didn't have enough sugar in it for me. So it was not my cup of tea. But I'm telling y'all, since we've said this, I said Dan Quinn was coming in. He came in. Now I'm saying Dan Quinn's going to turn this defense around. Newy was at training camp, and Newy said, I'm telling you one thing, they look different. They're making some plays. I would say that they're outplaying the offense in Oxnard to this point.
They are.
And then we watched them go out there and go 0 for 10 on third down. When is the last time you have seen a defense force somebody to go 0 for 10 on third?
2017, Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Houston Texans.
How good was that defense?
Oh, we was number one defense in the land.
Thank you.
We was number one defense in the land.
Thank you, Barry.
We're going to see. What Mr. Tom got coming.
Calais Campbell ain't walking through there.
No. I didn't say it was going to be number one defense. I said they're going to be a top 10 defense. They're figuring these things out. We saw 11 and 42 down there playing at the linebacker spot. So now we got some speed. We got some coverage. We see Tank not even out there yet. We still get pressure on the court. I think we're playing very well. Trayvon Diggs breaking up passes. Yeah. Anthony Brown not getting beat deep, not getting killed. I'm just saying, bro.
Anthony,
just saying.
Bathing yourself. Just pour it all on yourself.
Wait.
Pour it all on yourself.
Jordan Lewis covered in the slot. You know.
Anthony Brown.
Go
ahead, pour him up.
Have we been beat on a blown coverage?
Wow.
Have you seen a blown coverage? Have you seen a blown coverage?
They've been communicating well throughout this whole training.
My man Michael Parsons over the center, getting out, Herbert trying to buzz to the flat. He's doing everything, bro.
All right, we need to take a break.
When we get back, I got to hear your thoughts on these linebacker because we talked about it yesterday. I want to see what McCray thinks of these linebackers.
I'm top 10. I told y'all. Top 10 defense, I'm standing on.
We got to go visit Tom here in a couple weeks now.
That's not going to stop them from being top 10 because Tom going to play a lot of other teams, too.
Then we got to play the Chargers, too, now.
Man, ain't nobody worry about just.
All right, I got a question for you about this defense because this, to me, is going to be the true telltale side of how much you really are buying the Cowboys. We'll do that next on the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com, right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Honey, big news.
Gary, are you okay?
Oh, I'm not Gary anymore. I'm Jackie Flash.
What?
See, I want the latest smartphone, but the best deals are only for new customers. So to get a new customer deal, I changed my name to Jackie Flash.
Okay, but the best smartphone deals at AT&T are for everyone, new and existing customers.
That's huge. Then guess who's getting a deal?
Is it Jackie Flash?
Jackie Flash.
It's not complicated. At AT&T, our best smartphone deals are for everyone. Restrictions apply. Visit att.com for details.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way.
Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Hey Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Hey, Dallas Cowboys training camp presented by American Airlines is back at the Star in Frisco. Watch Cowboys practice is Friday, August 27th, and Saturday, August 28th, inside the Ford Center at the Star. Here's the best part. Admission is free. Parking is free. Visit thestarinfrisco.com for details. All right, Danny McCray, Barry Church, 2 former Dallas Cowboys safeties. I'm Newy Scruggs, longtime Cowboys reporter. So we have Danny McCray, not just saying the Cowboys are top 10. He's juiced. He's all about the top 10. Now, for me, this is one of the ultimate tests when I know a guy is all in.
Is he in?
on the Cowboys defense. Will you take them on your fantasy football team to be your defense?
It depends on who's still up there.
He ain't in.
Listen, top 10 don't mean number one.
So you going?
You know, like if I see the Patriots up there, I'll take them before the Cowboys. I actually have 9 other teams that I can actually take before the Cowboys, and to still have them be a top 10 defense.
So I'm assuming in your league, you will not be the person who takes a defense right out the gate. That you'll probably be in that run.
No. Let me tell you something, because I'm no fool. Okay. What I did last year was I actually traded to get the Cowboys defense. You know who I traded for? Baltimore Ravens. You know I look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Baltimore Ravens play great defense. Dallas Cowboys play horrible defense. So I'm not going to do that again this year.
With Mike Nolan, you went with that? Ooh.
Yeah, man, look, your home team, you know, you just get blinded by the light sometimes. You know, they said
how'd you get blinded? I mean, you saw Camp.
No, we didn't see Camp.
They let us in there for a few.
This is after they zoomed in on the sideline when they tried to show us the Cowboys practice when they was at AT&T Stadium. So I didn't really get to see nothing. You know, I just figured we were gonna be okay, and it didn't work out for me. So no, I will not be that guy.
Okay.
And I wouldn't tell you anyways because Church is in my league, bro.
Okay.
I don't know. I might. Yeah, I'm picking defense first, Newy.
All right.
First
Just
round.
let me get Zeke, man. Just let me get Zeke on the team, man.
You got the 12th pick of the draft. You ain't get Zeke.
I did mine. I was the first person to go off with a defense. I did it.
You ain't got you take?
I regretted it when I look back at the schedule. I should have taken the Broncos. The Broncos' first 3 games, like against the Jets, Denver, and somebody else. I mean not Denver, but the Jets, the Texans, and someone. The Broncos got a nice schedule. I mean, that's definitely a defense to get into. They're very good. But I took Tampa.
Tampa's defense?
Yeah.
What round you take them in?
Though.
Took Tampa's defense
In the first round.
What round you take them in?
I had to look it up here on the phone, but
you trying to get that trophy back, ain't you?
Trying to go for my third title here. My third title.
Trying to get that trophy back.
Trying to get that third title.
And then that third title, I need that trifecta.
So
here.
Tampa's defense, who plays the Cowboys first?
Round 13.
Okay.
First
round. I'm gonna tell you what. We're gonna light Tampa up. I'm just telling you.
Well, I mean,
we're gonna light.
Are you serious?
Tampa.
Wait, we ain't joking. You think we gonna light Tampa up?
Absolutely.
Now you
got to play it over.
We're gonna light 21, bro. You just
played all preseason.
You just asked us to let you pick him.
You said light up.
We are going to light Tampa. It's gonna be a high scoring game.
Wow.
High scoring game.
Both of the players haven't played all preseason. Hey man, offensive line is,
they professionals. They okay.
Offensive line is.
They was opening up for Tony Pollard. They did decent for Tony Pollard. We got the screen game going. I think we'll be okay. I seen them out there getting.
Was there water in here? Do you have a little?
What is that? Is that a half and a half or something? Hold on, we got Ndamukong Suh, Shaq Barrett, JPP, Vita Vea.
There's
Todd Bowles coming to defense.
There is something about the NFL.
How much you got them giving up? 30? Do you got a Cowboy scoring 30 on Tampa?
Listen, there is something about the NFL that does not allow some of these teams to be the same way that they were the previous year. We've seen it many times.
Returning
somebody
all 22
has
starters.
Somebody has a great team one year, and the next year they're at the bottom of the league. It happens all the time.
Okay,
and we also had a great offense before my man Dak gets hurt. All right, so I think that Zeke is going to come out on fire. We won't turn over the ball. We're going to take care of it, and we're going to play good enough defense.
Answer the question.
To beat Tampa.
30.
Who?
Cowboys offense going to put up 30?
Listen. Oh, yeah, offense going to put up 30.
Okay, going to put up 30 on Tampa.
Wow. Yeah.
We can put it on that mold. Let me
offense
write that
going to
down.
put up 30.
30 on Tampa.
Yeah.
Says.
Yeah, offense put up 30.
30 points.
What is that?
Or 30.
What is that?
They return their whole starting defense.
That don't mean nothing, bro. What that mean?
Oh, man.
Okay. Can I go further? Do they win?
In Tampa Bay.
They got a top 10. You're telling me they're going to score 30 on offense. They got a top 10 D. Is that a W?
Let me tell you something. Today, yes, we're winning. Okay. All right? We all know
we'll revisit this in a little bit.
Well, we're going to revisit because I got to see who's actually healthy and who's not, who's actually playing and who's not.
We should be all healthy.
We should be. We should be, but you don't know until we start getting to that week of practice. If we are 100% healthy, we're gonna beat Tampa on Thursday when we play them.
All right. I may have to give you a shout out on NBC5 after the game to say Danny McCray tried to tell us all. He came out and said
you should start with Danny McCray tried to tell us all that Dan Quinn was going to come here.
We ain't doing all
Danny
that.
McCray also tried to tell us that the defense was going to be top 10. And then Danny McCray tried to tell us that Tampa was going to lose on the first week of the season.
Now, I did talk to
the Dallas Cowboys.
I talked to Terrell Davis yesterday about that, and he just said, hey, look, he says, what will we say about the Cowboys if they go down to Tampa and win? He said he says a whole lot can change. And he's into the perception versus reality of, hey, look, there's always that perception. People will talk about the Cowboys and talk about Super Bowl hopes. He said, but you win this game, then that perception starts to become more of a reality. You can say, okay, look, if you go to Tampa and you get that dub. So, but Danny, I'm liking this. I'm writing it down here. Danny's saying 30 points for the offense. A top 10 defense, and they go get a dub against Tom Brady.
Yeah, today, look, 30-23.
30-23.
I think our defense is going to get out there, and they're going to make some plays.
Well, speaking of the defense, man, I got to hear your thoughts on this because I'm not sure. You saw the preseason game.
I did.
You saw how they were rotating in there. You know, nickel packages, it was Parsons and Keanu Neal. Base packages, it was Jalen Smith and Van Der Esch. Now, we know, defensive line, they like to rotate. You got to rotate those guys. They're big. They hitting every single down. They got to get their stamina, all that. So you got to rotate those guys. What are your thoughts on rotating the linebackers as much as we've seen? Now, we don't know if the regular season that's going to happen or not. Maybe they're just showing different packages and all that stuff. But it's been a couple games now that we've seen that. What are your thoughts on the linebackers rotating like that?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to continue. Unfortunately for the two guys that were here previously, I think that 42 and 11 are going to get a lot of playing time, and they will get the majority of the snaps. Sometimes you will have those times when the offense comes out in like 22 personnel or something, and you got to get some size in there, the bigger linebackers. But I think you're going to see 42 and 11. I think we kind of talked about this last week before I left. Like, would you see him coming down as the strong safety? But now he's playing the linebacker. He's playing that linebacker. So I think that's the way to go. I think you're going to see a lot of teams that are going to come out in 11 personnel, and they're going to try to run it if you go light, or they're going to try to run those tight ends over the middle to see if you got some linebackers that can cover it. And so far, we've seen these two be able to play the run effectively, and they can get to their spots in the pass break and make those tackles once they see the quarterback is throwing the ball.
Let's say it's week one. It's week one, and we see that Keanu Neal. We already know Parsons can play the run heavy. He's a dog in that linebacker position. We know that. Let's just say week one comes around, Keanu Neal is playing the run pretty well. He's shedding blockers. He's hitting guys at the point of attack. They're not getting any leaky yardage, anything like that. Do you go ahead and say, you know what, these are our two linebackers, no matter what the package is, base, nickel, no matter what it is, these are our two linebackers, and do you relegate Jalen Smith and LVE as backup players and maybe situationals here and there?
If he's playing well, I'm seeing 42 and 11, and then you got to figure out 9 and 55. You got to figure out who's going to be playing in those heavy down situations, 4th and 1, whatever it is, out of Leighton Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith. But 42 and 11 are looking good. And the thing that we talked about last year is we know that Jalen Smith in pass coverage, we were all worried about that.
Liability.
Van Der Esch in pass coverage, not too much better. And now you got some guys who can go out there and play that position and play the pass and play the run. Why mess with it?
This is true.
Why mess with it?
And look, I think we can all come here and we can all agree at least on this. Parsons is the best linebacker we got. Am I wrong? Am I right in saying that Parsons is the best? He needs to be on the field he needs to be an every down linebacker for this team. Now, the other guys, they're going to have to work themselves out. And right now, Newy, I don't know how you feel about this, but I think Keanu Neal's our second best linebacker. He's coming from that transition in from safety, which I thought might be a little harder than it is because at safety, even when you're in the box, you're still a little bit further back and you got space and opportunity to make those linemen miss. But he's in the box with those linebackers, and he's doing a great job of shedding blocks, getting to the ball, making at the point of attack, he's hitting well. So, I don't think I'm wrong in saying, Parsons is our number one, Keanu Neal is our number two, and then we got the other guys, deciding the way out. What you think about that, Newy?
I keep going back into this Tampa game, and I feel like as they're starting, when I see the nickel defense go out there for the first game, I say to myself, this is what they're trying to do. You got to get ready to face Tampa Bay.
You got to.
And you're going to face a lot of, you start to look at the schedule and the teams you're playing here, you're going to be a nickel a lot.
A lot.
And Ronald Jones, Giovanni Bernard, these guys coming out of the backfield. You got Rob Gronkowski, you got O.J. Howard, you got guys you're going to have to cover as linebackers out here. So these two guys right now, this is what they're going to go with. I'm more than comfortable, and I'm also more than comfortable with 55-9 being backup players. And I can't say this enough. They got an 11-game stretch,
the depth,
11 straight football games in a row, a 17-game schedule. You're going to need all the guys.
You're going to need it.
You're going to need all the guys. So
Parsons, he hasn't played in over a year. We don't know how. I mean, he's looking great in this preseason, but we don't know how that endurance is going to be throughout that long stretch of games. And like you mentioned, after the bye week, that's 11 straight games.
Yeah, you're going to need Jabril Cox. You're going to need all. You're going to need them all. So as fans, and I said this the other day when you're out, fans keep beating up Jalen Smith like, cut this guy and this is wrong. And you got certain media members around here who are out here, with this vendetta against Jalen Smith. And I just simply say you're not looking at the bigger picture, which is you in a 17-game season, nobody, and you guys play. Ain't nobody going to walk out of here healthy.
No.
They're all going to get nicked up, and you start looking at the quarterbacks that you have to play and some of the running backs and tight ends. This is a tough schedule. I mean, while people can talk about the strength of schedule, start looking at who some of these players are that you're going up against, man. I mean, the first two games between Tampa Bay and the Chargers, I mean, there's some offensive talent right out of the gate, just that you're going to have to contend with. So your linebackers are going to be very important, and I just think people got to just understand what's happened to Jalen Smith is not Jalen's fault in terms of he didn't pay himself. Yeah. The Jones family paid him. Yeah. What's he supposed to do? Not take the bag? Now you're mad because you're like, hey, man, this guy's making all this money. He's not this and this. Okay. He's the first dude the Cowboys have given a lot of money to who ain't that guy you thought he was.
This is very true. There's a couple
Tyrone Crawford. Tyrone Crawford was a dude who the last 2 years, Tyrone Crawford was nothing like the player they thought they had signed.
I'll give you that one.
He was injured, but and he just didn't play up to the level when he was out there. It happens across the National Football League.
This is true.
I'm trying to understand why people are so mad at Jalen Smith, but yet you look at Leighton Vander Esch, a first-round pick, who Rob Marinelli had thrown out the whole Brian Urlacher thing to him. Look at this guy. They said, man, we ain't going to give you a fifth. We ain't picking up the fifth year. So if you think about both guys are not what you thought they were going to be 2 years ago.
That's true.
2 years ago, you thought, man, we got two dudes. We got two guys. Well, you don't.
Cornerstones.
But this is how fast sports changes. Sports will change on you that fast. You're like, ooh. All right. And it can go either way. Hey, man, we're all basketball fans. Who thought Mike Budenholzer was going to sit up here and coach this team to an NBA championship?
Not me.
I'm thinking he's fired.
It's over with.
Well, when Giannis said, I'm going to stay here to win one, I said, you're going to be there for a long time.
Yeah, you'll be frustrated money, but you ain't getting no ring.
Right, you're about to be frustrated. But sports change. And then what do we see today? Dude got 3-year contract extension.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is he really that good, or was Giannis and he just didn't get in the way?
Let me tell you something.
But that's what happens, and that's what happens to with Jalen and Leighton Vander Esch. These are guys, man, who ended up making the Pro Bowl. And you thought, hey, man, not that guy, and that's all right. That's okay. That's okay. But they can still have a role here that fits.
I would have been calling. Listen, I would have hired some lawyer, great defense team, great whatever team, and I'll be getting in touch with Mike Nolan, and we would have to figure out how much money he owes me for messing up the projection, the progression of my career. Okay, because you're right. These guys were on the up and up. They were on the up and up. They were in a 4-3 defense. They were going sideline to sideline, and that was the time when we thought that we had two of the best linebackers in the league.
Best tandem, yeah.
And then somehow we get a new guy in here, and then they look like two of the worst linebackers in the league.
But has Jalen turned that page with Quinn? I was about to say, has he turned that page with Quinn?
I'm blaming Mike Nolan for the entire – these guys look totally different. We talked about this last year. Mike Nolan came in, and all of these guys were on the up and up, right? We was like, Jordan Lewis is going to be whatever.
He's a ball guy.
We were talking about these guys like that.
Yeah.
And then Nolan came in, and we talked about these guys 180. All of them. Every single one of them. And now Dan Quinn's here, and we're talking, besides Jalen LVE, but we're not even mentioning these guys as being bad players and not being able to do this and PIs and whatever. We're talking about them really being on the up and up again. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, you have a first rounder who came in and made all this noise to get one of those linebackers up, and then you have a linebacker that came with Dan Quinn, right? So timing and some stuff just didn't work out for Jalen and Van Der Esch. But, yeah, a lot of this is on Mike Nolan. We see it. We saw it before. We see the middle when Mike Nolan was here, and now we are seeing what is happening after he's gone.
I'm giving Mike Nolan a chunk of the blame, but I'm not giving him all the blame.
I'm 90%.
No.
I'm giving him 90.
No. Mike McCarthy hired him.
Okay.
Mike McCarthy sat up here all day long.
I thought you was going to put on the players.
No. Mike McCarthy sat up here the whole offseason when he had Peter King from NBC Sports and Tom Pelissero from NFL Network, and they gave him these great PR jobs. Yeah, man, I've been in there, got a whole barn, and we got all this stuff. I mean, he like Dr. Dre in the lab. He went to coaching lab. He about to come up with a 2001. I mean, you forgot about Mike. You know that's what he will come out with. And you present us with Mike Nolan. And this is the frustrating part.
Ooh, Kool-Aid.
Joe Witt was the guy he would consider for the DC job. Imagine how different, and we just saw what he called over the week. Imagine how different the defense is when you have somebody with competency running the team.
So y'all not gonna put nothing on the players?
No, I put a little bit on there.
Coaching matters.
But yeah.
Coaching does matter. But we can't. The whole defense can't be system guys. I mean,
bro.
Sometimes you gotta make the system, and we had nobody out there.
Mike Nolan got a lot of dudes' careers ruined. Okay, it's guys from that came here and got released because they weren't playing a certain way. My man Worley, he didn't look like he knew how to play football at all.
But that's something he should know. That's cover 3.
You should, know
cover 3.
But when you got guys that we know, I won't say names, who come to us and say, them dudes didn't know what they were talking about. I'm sitting here arguing with these dudes because they don't have any idea what's going on. Then you know that the locker room is bad because the people that we know don't have these type of issues.
Yes, that's true. And
right?
I can see if it was a bunch of rookies going out there and the coaching was terrible. But there was a lot of vets out there who played in multiple systems. And they were still looking bad.
That's the thing, though. They can't figure it out in this one system.
But it can't. We've seen some of these same players look better.
That's true.
And being better. Your job as a coach is to understand the warts of your football team and cover them up. That's your job. You can't overcome bad coaching. If you haven't seen the Nick Saban, Bill Belichick documentary on HBO, watch it. It's so good. And Mike Nolan. Okay, when Mike Nolan makes moves and I'm sitting, I ain't getting paid. I'm no professional. I didn't play in the league like you, but I'm saying, wait a minute, Van Der Esch has a neck issue and you're going to put him at middle linebacker where you're going to run up here and crash in the guy? What are we doing? How did Leighton make the Pro Bowl? Out here on the outside, being the will. And I'm going to put Jalen in coverage? Did anybody not watch that Thursday night Bears game when Mitchell Trubisky was like, where's he at? And they kept going at him? I don't want him in coverage. That's not putting him in his best position. So if I'm just fat-ass media guy watching it and I ain't played, and this is what you do, they're paying you a lot of money, and this is what you do all day long, and I'm sitting here figuring out like, yeah, that ain't the move.
Well, I will say this. What woke up a lot of these defensive players in my mind is the draft. And they put them guys on notice. Look, your job is on notice. We got, what was it, 8 of the 11 draft picks were all defensive players. We're bringing in all these guys on the defensive side of the ball in free agency. So I'll say, I think it was a combination. Quinn obviously got these guys flying around. Kudos to Craig. He knew what he was talking about. But also, these guys, a lot of these people's jobs is on the line. And you'll see, just like in contract years, guys will step up out of nowhere. Where was this at when we signed you 3 years ago? Now it's contract year, you going for 1,000 yards and all this other stuff.
Hold on, let me tell you something.
So I think a lot of that woke them up.
Jerry came and put them on notice during the season last year. All right, when he started he said, hey, man, it's going to be some changes or whatever. I think who they let go of Poe. They let go of Worley. Everson. They started letting go of guys, and guys were on notice, and they weren't playing this way.
And your boy Aldon Smith.
But I will say this, though. As we talk about Keanu Neal and we talk about Parsons and how they're making plays in the run and all that, I think that is also a testament to the D-line doing their job.
I'll say
right?
That.
Because if these guys are only having to shed one block and they're not fighting off O-linemen the whole time and they're able to play free and get those tackles 1 and 2 yards for 1 and 2 yard gains, that means the D-line is doing something right.
They're doing something right. And they got to continue stepping it up. I mean, guys like Brent Urban, Bohanna, OC, I don't want to kill his last name.
Diggy Wooza.
Diggy Wooza.
Good job.
They're stepping up a little bit because that absence of Neville Gallimore for at least least the first couple games, that's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. And what did we see last year with this defense? Nobody really killed us on the edges. Nobody really killed us with DeMarcus Lawrence, and we had Alden Smith out there and Randy Gregory towards the end. Nobody really killed us on the edges. It was up the gut. It was up the gut, up the middle. And that's what we're going to have to see. Can we make these adjustments? Okay. Can we get guys in there that can help that defense out?
All right, we need timeout. Okay, I've got to pay another bill here.
Okay.
We need to get into the backup quarterback situation here because we've already seen a change. I told you your boy Double G was on his last stand.
Here we go.
I'm already seeing it right now.
Old Dimes Cooper Rush.
Go ahead and
Preseason darling.
He need to call the JJT Media Group and get that obituary written real quick here. Let's dive into the quarterback, backup quarterback issue next right here. On the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com on DallasCowboys.com radio.
I can't believe.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way.
Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Hi, I'm Clint Tillison with United Ag and Turf. Before you can park yourself in front of the game, park yourself in a John Deere and power through your chores. Our Land Run package is a 1025R, 25 horsepower tractor with a loader, rotary cutter, and a box blade for $229 a month. And the price you see is the price you'll pay, no surprises. So don't miss another kickoff.
Visit UnitedAgAndTurf.com. Offer ends February 1st, 2021. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Now let's get to work.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Get breakdowns of each position, battles to watch, scouting reports for every player, and more with the official 2021 Dallas Cowboys Star Magazine Training Camp Preview. Get your digital copy today for only $4.95 at DallasCowboys.com/star. Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com. Danny McCray, Barry Church. I'm Newy Scruggs. They played in the league. I did not. I just talk about it. So, you weren't here. I called it Double G's last stand because Barry's boy, Garrett Gilbert, didn't look good. Cooper Rush went out there, had hit Cooper Rush against the Texans, 10 of 12, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns in 10 possessions, got a 66% completion percentage, a QBR 102.5, no interceptions, no touchdowns in the preseason. Meanwhile, Double G, 3 of 5, 30 yards, and a fumble against Houston with Mike McCarthy over there cursing as he's watching with the fumble. There you go.
I wanted to get on that, though, Newy, just really quick.
Okay.
Because I saw somebody get a really good move put on them coming off that right edge. So that's our right tackle.
Here we
who gave up that rush, all right?
Here we go.
He's my LSU guy, but that's why I want to see him play a little bit more so he can get his feet under him because, he did fumble. But man got beat. He got beat pretty bad.
He got beat
pretty bad. But you got to protect the ball. I'm sorry I had to, the tackles, man.
We want to know your thoughts. We want to know your thoughts on this backup quarterback situation.
Every show you take a shot at the offensive tackle.
He does take a shot.
What you did the last time? You went after Tyron last time. So I'm just seeing a pattern. I'm noticing a pattern.
I want.
He don't like Tyron.
No. That's not true.
You and Calvin Watkins got problems with Tyron.
That ain't true. That ain't true. I like Tyron.
You don't like USC?
No. He did not finish the season last year, and it didn't go well for us. LC missed the entire season. The entire season last year. So with him, I just want him to play more and get his feet underneath him. Because like you said, the first defense that we're playing, They ain't coming to play with y'all. Okay,
we gonna light them up though.
Huh?
We gonna light them up though.
No, yeah.
I mean, so
yeah, we're gonna be all right. But
yeah, they got to be all right because you said the offense is gonna score 30 points against Tampa Bay and win. So
listen, they're gonna get beat there once in a while, but we're gonna play. But I said if he play a little bit more, get a little bit more practice time, he's gonna be okay. But backup quarterback, okay, Cooper Rush is winning.
How?
He's winning.
How?
He's already running first.
He just read the
I will
stat.
take it back.
And so what did McCarthy do right after we did this show? McCarthy come in and said, hey, man, Cooper Rush going to be running first team practice. He earned the opportunity. Come on,
to
man.
run first team?
Absolutely did.
That's the first step. What's the next step? What's the next step after that?
We're talking about backup quarterback for the regular season. We ain't talking about backup quarterback for the preseason now. I'm going to go back to what I said on Monday. We've never seen Cooper Rush in a regular season game. We've never seen this man go out there and have to make defensive coordinators making adjustments on him. Oh, you like to go to Cooper on third down? We doubling Cooper. Let me see you go through your progressions. Let me see you get some heat put on you. We've yet to see that from Cooper Rush for a whole game. Mm-hmm. He's been in the preseason. How many quarters has he played overall this whole preseason? Maybe 5, 6.
But that's how it starts, though, right? You got to get your opportunity.
There you go.
You get your opportunity. You show that you could do it in the preseason,
right.
and then you move on. And then you move on into the regular season.
But we got a guy who's done it in the regular season. Gilbert has done it in the regular season.
The dude did okay, bro. I know. Listen, I know you stand on the table. You know,
it wasn't like we was just turning around, handing the ball off to Zeke the whole game. My man threw the ball 35 times.
I said he played okay.
Couple tubs.
He played okay.
Okay,
but
can Cooper Rush go out there?
But this is this year. We don't know because we haven't seen it.
Because he's never done it.
But we do know.
We got a guy who's done it.
We do know that when we've seen him get out there in the game
against who?
You say only 2 incompletions. 102, you said passer rating?
102 for Cooper Rush. The QBR for your boy Double G 74.9. Now here's the thing,
they playing against the same people.
You talking about that Steeler game last year? You want to stand on all this for Garrett Gilbert? The man has been running the first team since Dak went out. You've given him all the opportunities. Mm-hmm. Where's the production at? If you're supposed to be running with the ones, he's supposed to be the guy doing it. I'm not seeing it.
So
all I can go by is what I see, as Bill Parcells would say.
What did Cooper Rush do against Arizona?
All I know is Mike McCarthy's made his decision.
What did Cooper Rush do against Arizona?
Cooper Rush running. You know what? Cooper Rush in the driver's seat right now.
Oh, absolutely.
If this is golf, you the golf guy. You the golf guy. Guess what? Guess who got the lead after 3 holes? Cooper Rush in the lead right now. Okay.
After 3.
That's 18 holes. Now we coming to the final round right here this week against Jacksonville, and you know what?
So y'all saying it's over?
It's all Cooper. You know what? He need to go get that.
No. I said he's in the lead.
He's in the lead.
He's in the lead.
Yeah, he's in the lead. He can mess it up.
He just need to go ahead and get his Tiger Woods red polo on and go get ready for Jacksonville.
So all he want to do is go ahead and turn around, hand the ball off a couple times. Good.
Let me tell you something. If Cooper Rush messes this up, then we definitely need to go get a quarterback from somewhere else.
No, I'm not saying
that mean he ain't on the roster.
I ain't saying Gilbert's the answer. I'm still with y'all on the fact that the backup quarterback might not even be on his roster. But to go ahead and just put Cooper Rush in there, anoint him as the back, I just don't understand.
We anoint him as ahead of Double G right now. We're not anointing him as the backup quarterback.
So in a regular season game, you would rather have Cooper Rush. If that went down, Cooper Rush over Garrett Gilbert.
Today?
Right now? Yes. Today.
Based on what what have you done for me lately? Absolutely.
Yes.
All right.
The man had 2 incompletions. He had 102 passer rating, bro. And compared to your guy, who was in the 60s.
We've seen a bigger sample size than just the Houston game.
You talk about, you sound like Sha'Carri. I'm the 6th fastest woman in the world. Yeah, look at what Double G did against Pittsburgh. What you do right now?
What you do now?
It was almost a year ago, bro.
Yeah, okay, but what did
almost a year
Rush do
ago
against Arizona?
Almost a year ago.
So nobody gonna answer that.
All I know is
ain't nobody gonna answer that one.
I'm just watching Cooper Rush winning a race right now.
Y'all go ahead and talk. I'm gonna go see what he did. I'm gonna go see what he did. Y'all go ahead and get the airwaves going. I'm gonna see what this man did.
He didn't have any picks. I know that. He didn't have any picks.
The reason I don't believe Church and I don't trust your opinion on quarterbacks is because Dinucci was your guy.
You know what?
You saw Dinucci, and you yelled for. I'm telling you, Dinucci that we was outside at Funtown RV Park, whatever we was doing out there.
Shout out to Funtown RV, by the way.
And this dude was dinucci.
Look, you're right. You know what? I gotta give you
so
that.
So now I can't trust you in what you see out of
disqualify myself.
Church was stained. You were stained by that Blake Bortles experience. So he just he just bring up the boat. Once you hung around and you watch that, you don't know how to evaluate quarterbacks, man. You can't evaluate nobody. You don't know really how bad anybody is.
One man that stopped me from getting to the Super Bowl.
A ring. He got you from getting a ring. You could have had a ring. You could have. You just wouldn't have got there. You could have got the ring.
Life would have been way different.
It would have.
You might have got another bag from Sean.
This is true.
You know,
that's true. I got a bag right then. He would have gave everybody get bags.
So that's why I forgive him for these quarterback evaluations. He was around Blake Bortles.
Oh, we gonna see because Sunday's coming around the corner.
Well,
and Cooper Rush. Cooper, what you gonna say then? He wasn't playing with CD.
No. Listen, this is why we said he has the lead. He could mess it up. Players can go out there and mess up. Okay. But if he does, we definitely need to go look for a quarterback from a different.
But if he doesn't, Cooper Rush is the answer.
If he go out there and he have a 102 passer rating, then
if he go out there,
he only can do it. Listen, he's starting. He can only do what he can.
So that's what I'm saying. So if he does, let's just say he does good, he's the answer at backup. We don't need to go search nowhere else.
This is what I anticipate happening. Okay, Dinucci's cut.
Yeah,
you're keeping two guys.
That's a wrap.
You're going to keep Dak. You'll keep one of these two because they know the offense. Mm-hmm. So you'll keep, at this point in time, I'd keep Rush, who's been Dak's backup quarterback before. And then you start to look out here. All right, is there somebody else out here that gets let go that I think can be an improvement on? That would be, if I was a general manager, that would be my strategy here. Who's out there? We can't mention any names because we don't want to get involved with tampering, but at the same time, there's some dudes that I'm thinking, okay, I would look at this player. But right now, Cowboys, when they cut it to 53, there'll be two dudes. It's going to be Rush and Dak.
Now we're saying Rush, but now we're saying it's going to be Rush and Dak. Not Dak and Rush. I see what you did there. I see what you did there, man. I'm going to let y'all know
Don't put me in there with that.
Now.
Don't put me in there with that.
Hell no. But anyways.
410. It's going to be 410. 410. Okay. Quarterback Aaron Coney now. 410.
We've seen Cooper Rush do this before. 2017. We've seen how he made the team. He was a darling in preseason. He's a darling right now in the preseason. Jacksonville's coming around the corner. I don't expect Cooper Rush to have that efficient of a game. I think we're going to see the real Cooper Rush.
All right. It's really, listen, all this is really, really important. All right. I get it. Backup quarterback is really important. Truth of the matter is, if that backup quarterback is playing a lot, you may as well count this season to be like it was last year. All right, it matters.
Even with a top 10 defense.
Yes, still with a top 10 defense.
Look, I mean,
still with a top 10.
Your question: what if it's just a 3-game stretch that you lose your quarterback for? Can Cooper Rush figure out a way to help the Cowboys win 2 or 3 football games?
Depending on who the opponent is.
True, but those are the things you're at. So that's what I'm asking. Which means and now look, at this point in time, would I trust him or Garrett Gilbert to be the guy to win 3 games? No, which is why I said before. Before, the backup quarterback you need is not on this team.
I was getting ready to say we think Cooper Rush can go ahead and win NFL game.
No, but you think that Garrett Gilbert can carry us through multiple NFL games?
I think he can win a game.
You think because you see him win one?
I think he can win a game. I think he can win a game. I think he can win a game.
Did he win the Pittsburgh game? Did he win the Pittsburgh game that you?
No, I didn't say he won it.
Oh, damn, my bad.
I didn't say he won it.
Oh, yeah, because they were undefeated. Oops. So he didn't even.
He didn't win. But he made it competitive.
Dude, all right.
He was there.
Okay, now see, here's the problem where you're forgetting.
The defense was getting killed.
What we saw from
was moving the ball.
That Cowboy game started a whole slide of Steeler football that went all downhill.
That's true.
You think, well, it was a great performance. No, they were tanking, and you just happened to catch them on they would go down. So
those 11 teams before us. They weren't tanking there. They was rising.
They weren't rising. But they were very close games where we were like, everybody was like, we don't really trust them.
They were falling. It was fool's gold watching the Steelers. Okay, it was fool's gold. It was fool's gold.
But Cooper Rush could have pulled that out, huh?
Just saying, you try to act like Triple G was out here slinging it like you.
Mahomes, double G, damn it! It's double G.
Fix his name. You gonna call him? You go the red pistol. We can't call him Triple
G. He got his nickname back from that New York Giants at the last game of the season. He chose the very last game that we needed to play his worst ball, so he get the red pistol.
We needed
from now on.
So we can make the playoffs.
Double G would have did it. Double G would have had us in there.
Well, man, it's so good to be back and listen to Church and this nonsense that he's talking about.
I was letting y'all know right
this
now.
Nonsense that he's talking about.
As we get close to the end here on the Players Lounge, let's talk about the COVID protocols here. So Dan Quinn in COVID protocol, along with wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, defensive tackle Carlos Watkins, safety Malik Hooker, and safety Israel Mukuamu.
Are they all positive tests or just like close contact? So
These this is, when what is it, HIPAA? You can't say what anyone's condition is. You can just merely are you in COVID
so then how
protocol.
come they was able to say Zeke tested positive back in the is that a HIPAA violation?
Well, he can come out and say it.
He didn't.
The team, along the way, it was somehow, some way with age. Somehow it got out. Right. Okay. It got out somehow. It got out. But it didn't go out through the team. So the team can't tell you. Okay. So they can't come up and say, McCray got it. They can't do it. So we don't know. They don't have to tell us. But you can simply go, hey, CeeDee Lamb, test positive, call the agent, call the dad. You can call people. There's
how
ways
long do they have to stay? Like, let's just say that.
Don't know.
Just say, you don't want to know how long
that's a good
quarantine period is.
I don't know, because here comes the other thing. Did they test positive? Were they around somebody was? And then, what have their tests shown? So I don't know.
Yeah, I've been seeing like 5 days or something like that.
Yeah, because
for like close contact.
Once the regular season jumps off, that's going to be big. Because if you got, even if you're in close contact, and let's just say you got 5 days,
and then according to, are you vaccinated? The rules if you're vaccinated versus rules if you're not vaccinated, and how long those change. But bottom line, I'll say this: you'd like to have them just get it out the way so they're ready to go for Tampa. You don't need them from Jacksonville.
You don't need this one.
You don't need them from Jacksonville. You want them ready to go Thursday night on NBC for Thursday Night Football against the world champs. So, CeeDee Lamb almost took him in the fantasy draft. Man, I was right there. Almost.
You ain't take him?
I didn't take him.
Man, somebody got lucky in ours, because you can keep a player from the previous year, but you have to give up the draft pick ahead of where they're at, right? So somebody drafted him in the 9th last year.
So they had to give up.
So they had to give up an 8th this year for CeeDee Lamb.
Sweet. That's sweet. Smart. It's smart. And I took your LSU cat instead.
Jefferson.
Chase? Oh, Jefferson?
I went and took Devontae.
Chase,
he gonna do work.
I was just asking.
No.
Because he dropped a few passes, bro. Listen, tell me this.
Okay.
I got Robert Woods, who I would have to give up a 4th for, or I got James Robinson, who I wouldn't have to give up only a 15th for.
James Robinson.
Yeah,
you see, ETN went down.
Is out.
He's out. So he's gonna get them.
He's out.
That.
But they got Hyde and Robinson now. Listen,
Hyde's gonna get some PT.
Robinson, he saved me a lot of games last year.
But Hyde, Ohio State, Urban Meyer.
I know.
He gonna get some burns.
What is this? His 9th team he's been on. Is the reason why he's still.
I'm probably going. So I should give him my 15th round pick and keep James Robinson.
Yes.
Easy.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yes.
That's easy money.
A starting.
I like Robert Woods because Stafford is going to give him some.
He's going to get balls.
I know, but I only can keep one.
Ooh.
James Robinson. Who's going to get more carries?
You got a better shot at getting Woods back.
Than I have, yeah.
I mean, you got to start.
I'm the 3rd pick, yes. So.
Start running back with a rookie quarterback. They've got to give him the ball. So, all right, another fun episode of the Players Lounge. Glad Danny McCray's back. When's our next show? Bean, tell me at the top.
I think it's the 31st. So I think it's a Tuesday.
Okay,
it's Friday.
No, it's not.
No. What's today? It's Friday the 27th.
I'm out Friday. Okay, I'm out Friday.
It's Friday the 27th, 9:30 to 10:30.
Okay, I'm out Friday. So. Church, you gonna lead the way?
I'll hold it down. I got
this.
Come on now.
We got Friday and Tuesday.
Okay,
See, I know the schedule. So Newy, you said you out?
Yes.
You going on vacation?
No.
You wouldn't tell us.
No.
I'm checking your Facebook.
No. We get done. I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing. I'll be a place where neither one of you want to be. So I'll tell you. All right. This Players Lounge brought to you by Hotels.com. Danny McCray, Barry Church, Newy Scruggs. We'll talk to you later.
Hold it down, Double G. Hold it down, baby.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!